Um, so it was supposed to be a pre-recorded video, but I had the bright idea to not unmute my mic, so I had to go live at 12 o'clock to produce whatever this is, whatever. Anyway, I have black fatigue too. I'm tired. I'm tired of being the collateral damage for people who go out in the world and do bad things and then don't take accountability for it. And then you have people who protect those people. And then I got to sit here and act like I can't hear, understand, or comprehend anything. Yeah. I'm tired of that. So this black fatigue thing that's going down in these streets. Let me be clear. I'm fatigued for a myriad of reasons, but I must also preface with there's a responsible way to handle this, and then there's an irresponsible way to handle this. Let me be very clear. Because sometimes we think because we're tired of something or a subsect group, because it's not all black people, it's a subset group of black people who just happen to be the loudest and most annoying are the ones who are getting the most attention. And the problem with that is that folks like myself and all the people I know have to compete with that mess, and be annoyed and frustrated and be trotting downhill all the time. But let's be clear. An irresponsible way of handling this is say, this bimbo. Yeah, I remember Shiloh. Shiloh is, as of this morning, she's at about $700,000. She's almost at $1 million. I don't think she'll get there, but she raised a lot of money on the backs of Carmelo Anthony. If you all don't remember the whole Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony kerfuffle. And so, as a sort of response to him raising over $500,000, uh, folks decided, oh, well, we're going to justify this woman calling a black child, literally child, the N word because he allegedly went in her purse. That makes you just as irresponsible. You can't be on the side of protect children and then co-sign the abuse of a child. Secondly, the stupid argument of, oh, well, he's black, so his mother probably calls him the N-word already. They're Somalian. So there's a strong chance that that word is not in their vernacular. So there you go with that. But even if the child was American black, who the hell are you to make that assumption? You can't stand on the side of children and then co-sign child abuse. You sound stupid. You look dumb. So let's be clear. As I say many times, there is dumb on all sides of this conversation. There are stupid people all over this conversation. So it's not just black folks, but back to the black folks. We're tired of the victimhood. We're tired of we shall overcome every 3 minutes. We're tired of living in historical hurts. We're tired of being dragged through the mud every time you get in your feelings about something you didn't get, aka Kamala Harris not winning the 2024 election. How about you be an inspiration to people and show people how to properly take an L? Because guess what? You're going to lose a lot in life, especially when you're doing life different, especially when you're doing life on to the beat of your own drum. There's going to be a lot of failure in that. Even if you play it safe, there's still failure in that. So when we're sitting here complaining about things that we have the power to fix in 2025, free men in 2025 running around here acting like they're still slaves is unacceptable. Here's another thing. If you don't want white people on the internet saying the usual suspects, see, look at them acting wild and fighting again, don't give them the content. Most of the time, y'all upload it. Fighting in Target, fighting in restaurants, fighting at the airport, fighting on cruises, fighting just to fight, fighting over stupid, frivolous, ridiculous reasons, no anger management, no problem solving skills, don't know how to de-escalate a situation before it gets physical. That's all on you. You gave the That's like giving someone a gun and being mad when they pull the trigger. You gave them the gun, dummy. Now, with that said, of course there are white people fighting in Target. Of course there are white people fighting in Walmart. There are white people fighting everywhere too. But they don't give you the ammunition as much as we give y'all. We give them the ammunition. See the difference? So when you give them the gun, don't be mad when they use it. People. And I must say that just because and I'm a good barometer for this. If a black person has a gripe with something or they don't agree with something, like this Shiloh woman, for example, put her back up there. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with her methods. I don't agree how she approached it, and I don't agree with anybody who donated. Then we go to the tropes, right? I'm a victim, because we by default we see brown skin, we see somebody who doesn't agree, and we go right to our default answers, right? What happened to individuality? What happened to people being individuals? What happened to people being able to say it like they mean it? And if you got to push back on what they're saying. Don't go to racial tropes because you are just as dumb as these black people you're trying to call out. Y'all all stupid if you ask me. So how you handle that is you try to give some context, clarity. If you don't have any, shut the fuck up. There you go. There's the solution. But going to racial tropes and making things all racial idolatry is stupid on all sides. All sides. But black folks, we got some work to do, especially this fringe group with the biggest megaphones, because we'll throw a rock and then hide our hand, we'll protect our criminals. We won't snitch in our communities. And then we'll sit back and blame white supremacy, systemic racism, the white man, period, an imbalance of power where y'all are 13% of the population and they're almost 70%. Of course, there's going to be more white people in workplaces. There are more of them here. That's how it is going to be. So this whole notion that you're oppressed, repressed, suppressed, a lot of that is your own doing at this point. Because I don't understand how the same people who are complaining about the government lean on the government. Because it's not the black folks that I know for the most part. They're not in social programs leaning on the government. So you can't complain about the very thing that you keep going back to get your fix. And I say that first thing black folks need to do, especially in these low income repressed communities, is fire the government. Fire your local government. But nobody wants to be accountable or responsible, right? Everybody just wants to feel. Everybody just wants to complain. Everybody just want to be marginalized. And we're tired. I want to be able to walk into a restaurant and not have to pay for the transgressions of the last stupid black people who sat down here and didn't tip the waiter or mistreated them and didn't tip them or undertipped them. Right. Why am I paying for your transgressions? But if I say something about, oh, look at you being anti, no, I'm calling it like I see it. Because not all white people are crazy. Not all white people out here overreacting. They're reacting to something. And a lot of times we give them the ammunition. We do. I want to be able to walk through Central Park and mind my business. But when I got to be the collateral damage for the Central Park Five, where does that leave me? I have to protect the Central Park Five. Why? Because their skin is brown and mine is brown? No, that's not how that works. I'm not protecting you. If you perform criminality, violent acts, heinous acts, if you walk into places and mistreat people, if you're stealing, if you're looting and you're burning down whole cities, particularly your neighborhoods, I'm not standing with you on that. That would be foolish for me to stand with you on that. First of all, you burning down your own neighborhoods. The people in your community rely on those jobs to survive. Y'all remember did y'all see the video? I wish I had it, of the man in, I believe it was Oakland, who, niggas, not black folks, niggas go into the restaurant, shoot it up, left the man with a whole business in shambles. Years of work out the door. Here we go. Well, do they have insurance? It's not about insurance, it's the principle. It's being able to conduct yourself in public, acting like wild chimpanzees with no damn self control is the problem, not him having insurance or not. You think dealing with insurance companies aren't your friend? You gonna pay his premium? Hmm? Because you know they don't just shell out money. You still got to pay to get the money. So insurance is a big scam. And so this whole notion that, oh, he could just rebuild, why would he want to? Because I wouldn't want to, especially around you people. I mean, look at Nipsey Hussle. He wanted to help the community. He was actually in the community. He was employing people in the community. He was giving y'all financial tips and advice. He was putting y'all on to game, how to be successful entrepreneurs. And y'all kill this man in front of his store in the hood because he wanted to keep it real and be around his people. And I remember this reminds me of a live stream that I had last week, and I had an Tony. Tony is in the box, another black dude. We're in the box talking about coming from the hood and how we don't want to go back. Here we go. Here comes a black man, comes up onto the panel, chastising us, berating us, telling us, "Oh, well, you guys think you're better than people." I wasn't talking about the people. I was talking about the conditions. The projects is a place of oppression. It's depressed, it's repressed, it's oppressed, it's all the press. So why would I, in my right mind, once I walked away, would ever turn around and try to go back to hang out? What, to get a dab on the block, to keep it real? I don't give a fuck about keeping it real. I don't give a damn whether you like me or not, whether you think I'm snooty or not, whether you think, I don't care. That's your insecurity, not mine. I don't have to comfort you in your shortcomings. That's not my responsibility. You are in the driver's seat of your life. You have complete autonomy and control. You have the ability to do whatever the hell you want. Is it going to come easy? Absolutely not. Write it down, make it plain, walk it out. A lot of people, regardless of race, fail at that walk it out part. Because it's a different reality. You have to be a different you. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some family. You're going to lose some people along the way because not everybody can go. Some people might come around a few years down the line. Some people might never come around. Either way, the mission will be fulfilled. I say that true. I say that often. Tunnel vision. Forward. Short. Oh, setback. Okay, cool. That happened. Bam. Okay. You know what? That sucked. Yeah, that hurt. It hurt. It hurt like hell. But I can't be distracted by it. You can't be distracted by it. And can we talk about these historical hurts? It is one thing to know your history, it is another to live in it. Understand the shoulders you stand on. Understand the strife and the things and and the sacrifices that our ancestors made for us to have it pretty damn good today. But do not act for one moment that you understand what the hell they went through. You will never understand that. You have access that they would have only dreamt of. They couldn't even dream of it because they were busy trying to survive. And you have the access, and here you go pouting like a damn victim. The world's not a nirvana. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to respect you. Not everybody's going to need you. Nobody cares. And while you busy focusing on white people and what you think they're thinking, guess what? White people got things to do. White people got their own problems. White individuals have their own problems. So this whole notion that white people are somehow sitting there plotting, no, no, no. There are some, and they're the ones you vote. Y'all vote for in bulk. Yeah, those are the ones. Right, right, right. You talk about your being over police. You talk about food deserts. You talk about the government control. Meanwhile, y'all support all of those things every damn election cycle. I went back and looked at like the last, I think, 8 presidential elections. The only group of people who go ridiculously stupid in one direction is black people. Every other group, 49, 52, pretty balanced, right? You got enough on each side for it to make sense. When it's 93-7 and you're still on the losing end of the battle, that's on you. Democrats are making an ass out of y'all. So when you want to talk about over policing, why aren't you going to your mayor saying, hey, what's going on? Who's this police chief? You can't begin to build relationships if you ain't at the table. Because complaining about it ain't going to do shit. So these people don't care. They don't have to live in these conditions. You do. And you can't change the conditions burning down your own stuff. Mad at the wrong stuff. Angry for the absolute stupidest reasons. Reacting to things with no facts and evidence. All you see is color. Racial idolatry has got y'all out here acting like maniacs. And I'm saying this because I love you. I'm not saying this because I want to berate you, but I find it funny that me saying this is the problem, but y'all will support a black person talking all good, slick stuff to you and producing no fruit for your community. Yeah, I stand with you. Yeah, I do with this. Meanwhile, all of these celebrities you love, they don't live around y'all. They don't send their kids to your schools. Their kids have the best of the best. They live at the best of the best. And guess what? They're living around majority white people. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, you name them. I can promise you they live behind some really, really sturdy gates, usually with armed guards, and their neighbors to the left and the right are probably white. Because we seen what happened when black folks try to keep it real. We saw what happened to Takeoff, right? From the Migos. This allegiance to debauchery, this allegiance to the ghetto is corny. The ghetto is not blackness. The ghetto is bottom feeding. The ghetto is a mentality that you should not co-sign to. The ghetto is something you should want to uplift yourself from, progress from. But we would rather regress or sit in complacency. Again, you're in the driver's seat. Write it down, make it plain, walk it out. Folks are tired. I'm tired. As I said at the top, I'm tired of being the collateral damage for black people's bad decisions. And again, it's a subsect of us who get the most attention. Most black people are not out here committing crimes. Most black people are not out here fighting in the airport. Most black people are not out here acting like unruly animals in public. But when you highlight those who are and when you protect those who do, you're complicit. You're just as stupid as they are. I'm gonna do a video later on Tyree Nichols because I don't see any of y'all out here protesting. And you're not protesting because of racial idolatry. Race is at the center of it. If Tyree Nichols was murdered by 5 white police officers, and 3 of those 5 police officers were acquitted, y'all black asses would literally be burning down Memphis right now. You would. But because you're in this conflict, because yeah, the victim's black and the perpetrators are black, you're between a rock and a hard place. You can't call out the foolala. But guess what? Call it out. It takes a lot of balls and a lot of courage to be the first. It takes a lot of balls and a lot of courage and a lot of mistakes to be the one to say, "Hey, yeah. What Pharrell said? The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off." Yeah, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Yeah, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off of her. Ah! And then the healing can really begin. But if you won't even acknowledge it, you sitting up here blaming the white man. The white man, again, doing his own thing, minding his business, ain't got his own problems. Ain't thinking about you. But I get people being tired of being called racist every day, being called bigoted every day, being called oppressors and colonizers every day, when most white people don't come from slave owners. Slavery was big business. Slavery was for the privileged. Slavery was not for the average white person. The average white person did not own slaves. So y'all blaming all white people for something, first of all, you weren't there for. Secondly, has been over for well over 200 years. So I don't understand. If the Jews got it together, why haven't y'all black asses gotten it together by now? Hmm. Interesting, isn't it? Y'all should literally have as much influence in politics as the Jews have, and you don't. Because that faux influence that y'all think y'all have with the Democrat Party, you don't have. It's not real. You don't have the power to change your mind. If you cannot change your mind, you do not have real power. Mhm. Mhm. A person with real power can change their mind. Michael Bloomberg has been every damn political ideology you can think of. I think he started out Republican, then became independent, and he was a Democrat, then he moved back to independent. Now you're Republican. I mean, he can literally shift and bob and weave any way he wants to because he has the power to do so. You cannot have power by relying on the government, by aligning with a political party and supporting them no matter what. Your communities are shitholes because of your voting practices. You are so concerned with who the president is, you need to be concerned with who the hell your alderman is, who's your mayor, who's your governor, who are these people you're sending to Washington, who are your senators, who are your congressmen, what congressional district do you live in? Who are all of these positions that the mayor has to install? Your fire chief, your chief of police, your city council. And you know it's also crazy? Like a lot of times in the hood, you'll see KFC, McDonald's, all the disgusting, unhealthy, ridiculous for you type of things. And then you'll see people support that. And then you'll have the person who has the courage in the community to say, "I'm gonna open up a business. I'm gonna open up a vegan restaurant. I'm gonna open up a restaurant where they might still serve meat, but it's prepared differently, right? It's prepared in a better way. It's prepared in a more responsible way, and then y'all won't support it, but you'll go across the street and don't complain that you ain't got the money. Because if you got money for the frivolous things that we buy, we have black folks have buying power. You got more buying power than you think you do. So if you can go order 50 packages from Amazon, you can go drop $200 at the vegan restaurant on payday. Period. Choices. What are you choosing? Because you're not choosing productivity. Because if you were choosing productivity, you wouldn't be worried about what white people are doing. You so busy. You so busy. You ain't got the time to be thinking about nobody else. When you take a L, the L is not the end of the world. When a relationship ends, it's not the end of the world. If someone won't hire you because of your race, it's not the end of the world. If someone won't hire you because you're a woman, it's not the end of the world. There are millions of opportunities in this world. That one just wasn't yours. Now, sometimes we think we want something, we know what we want it, blah, 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 blah. Other times you may not be needed, necessary there. And secondly, why would you want to give your time and talent to an ignorant person who's probably going to underpay you anyway? Why? Why do you want to be in spaces where people don't want you there? If you don't want me there solely based on some attributes that I have no control over, then guess what? I'm good. Thousands of other jobs, thousands of other opportunities I'm going to have. Forward. When you thinking forward, you ain't thinking race. Putting race at the center of everything you do is ridiculous. I was in a live stream the other day. White woman comes up. First question, well, why do you support Donald Trump as a person of color? I'm more than a person of color. First of all, I'm an American first. Right. I'm American. There's no hyphen in my Americanism. I'm not an African. I've never been to Africa. I will go to Africa, but I'm not an African. I'm an American. Everything about me is American. The way I walk, the way I talk, the way I act, my interests, American. Period. Dot. So sitting here acting like I am beholden to a country or a continent that I've never been to, and any lineage I have that's connected to it has been broken, and I'm sitting here saying, "Oh well, I owe allegiance to a continent that sold my ancestors." For what? Did y'all see the black woman who went to Africa and she want to come back? Yeah, you realize Africans are very clear. They are different than African Americans. How they approach the world is different from African Americans for the most part. And I love how black Americans, we act like back, in school, we didn't ostracize non-American blacks. That was the Haitian kids, the Jamaican, all of them got ostracized. They're not like us. They don't smell like us. They don't look like us. Why? Because we're Americans. So when you want to go to Africa and then act like you could bring all your American ways to Africa, no, they're gonna be like, who? No, 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 no. They have a way of doing things. You have to assimilate to them. They're not going to assimilate to you. Just like when people come to America, you have to assimilate to our customs, our way of life, our way of doing things. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You are free to go back home where you came from. But this hyphen in your Americanism, this disregard for the Constitution, acting like the Constitution is somehow your enemy. If you understood the first 10 amendments, you would know they were for your ass the whole time too. Nowhere in the first 10 amendments does it say white men, white women, white people. But this is why they kept reading from us. This is why they didn't want us to understand laws and the ways of the land and barely taught us English. And now y'all do it voluntarily. Isn't that some shit? Y'all literally opt into ignorance instead of pushing back against it, instead of overcoming the low expectations that some people may have of you. Enunciating is not a white thing. Keeping your composure is not a white thing. It's a responsible thing. Back to Shiloh right quick. I just want to say this. Shiloh, her, you, this person. If she had wild out on a grown, like an adult black man, I wouldn't care. Because I've wild out on adult black men who have done stupid things to me. And I've called them all kinds of N words and everything. Why? Because that's what you acting like. But when you do it to a child, that's a different situation. That's not acceptable. So if she had wild out on an adult, I don't care. You acting like a baboon's ass, yeah. A white person, any person has every right to say that you acting like a baboon's ass. But walk that fine line. Understand that black people are individuals too. So if I have an opinion you don't like, and your default is to use racial tropes and to degrade me based on the color of my skin and assume I'm lazy and I'm a victim and all this other stupid stuff, right? No. I just have an opinion you don't like. So that's also for y'all to check yourselves as well. Because it's not a one size fit all. Because, yeah, there are some gripes you could have with this country. You could have gripes with your country, your city, your local politics, your local politicians. Doesn't mean you don't want to be here. Doesn't mean you don't like your country. It just means we got some things to work out. But this extreme stuff, this everything is racist. Everything is related, goes back to slavery. Well, if you know it goes back to slavery, that means you're aware of it, and then it's your responsibility to stop it. Black folks, when we sitting up here participating in colorism, that's on us. Well, it comes from slavery, and the slave master used it. Well, why you still use? If that's where it came from, why the hell are you still participating in it? Oh, I ain't gonna date her. She too dark. I ain't gonna date her. She too light. I ain't gonna date her. Her hair too nappy. Well, if you know that's an issue that comes from slavery, that's up to you to break it. Not up to anybody else. No white man's gonna come into town and declare that you're worth it. You're special. I like you. Oh, yes, let's take care of you, baby. No, that's not how that works. Black fatigue is real. And we are tired. White people, y'all think y'all tired. Imagine what the black people who don't co-sign this bullshit is. What the hell are we? We in the ICU? When you literally got to spend your time stomping out stereotypes because dummies insist on perpetuating them on social media. Well, I don't have to do shit, but I'm just saying, if I so choose, because I don't feel like that's my responsibility in most moments. But when you just want peace of mind to be able to exist in the world without having to pay for the transgressions of other idiots, yeah, stuff like that. We need to start snitching. We need to stop protecting our criminals. We need to stop making excuses for these black people who, and let's be clear, there is police brutality, and then there's stuff we protect for no reason. a la George Floyd. Y'all got an autopsy report. Y'all got all of the footage from the time the confrontation started, and y'all still up here acting a fool over George Floyd. George Floyd was a money grab. George Floyd was a political pawn. Y'all saw Black Lives Matter was a blip on the 2024 election. They don't care. They'd have moved on to the next thing. Black Lives Matter is so irrelevant that the mayor of Washington, D.C. caved to Trump without a negotiation and blew up the whole plaza. They didn't just paint over it. They literally said, "We good. Just drill through the whole damn thing and repave it." So there is no chance that the paint will wear off and re-expose this bullshit that should have never been here to begin with. Yes, Prince, the victimhood is very draining. It's very draining trying to talk to a mentally enslaved person, because the problem with mental abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse is that there are no physical scars. See, like when you're abused in other ways, there are scars, physical scars, right? So you can acknowledge it. But when it's up here, oh my gosh, that requires so much work. That requires so much work to acknowledge it, so you can start working on it, so you can move on. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I miss California so much. Pat, I see your comment. I miss Cali. I hope one day I can go back there. Every day I'm tempted. Every day. I could work it out, maybe I could find a way to still have, resident in a state, where there are no taxes and kind of still live in California, but have my residence be in Tennessee or Texas. We'll figure it out. And then Mississippi getting rid of the state tax. But anyway, we're bored. We're bored. White people are bored. Black people are bored. Hispanic people are bored. We're bored. We're the only ones who live like this. We're the only ones who bitch like this. We're the only ones who placate into this. You know what added to the black fatigue? This added to the black fatigue. What the hell was the point of this? This is part of the black fatigue. Because this bimbo, British bimbo, Mr. Pierce, or is it Price? Is it Price or Pierce? Hold on, let me find out. I think it's Pierce. Price or Pierce? Which one is it? It's one of these damn names. Price. Thomas J. Price decided, oh, I'm going to make a sculpture and put it in the middle of Times Square of a sassy, fat black woman in bad fitted clothes and no bra. Not only that, because we got to put diversity in Times Square, right? So at the crossroads of the world, there's a statue of George M. Cohan, and he was an American entertainer, playwright, composer, lyricist, actor, singer, dancer, and theatrical producer. That makes sense. Contributions to the arts. Many tourists, when they come to New York, they go see a Broadway show. That makes sense. Now, the other statue, I don't know. Father Duffy. Was known for his involvement in. He was a chaplain during World War I. So I guess that's important. That is important. So you have those two statues in Times Square, and then you have, oh, what is this statue called? It's called something grounding. Hold on. I got the name for you. Oh, wait. It's not here. It's here. So this statue is called. No, not the one antagonizing MAGA. Wait, why is it not going back? Living in America. I'm trying to find the name, y'all. Grounded. Something grounded. There you go. Grounded in the Stars. A 12-foot tall figurine bronze sculpture by artist Thomas J. Price. You could have kept this. Fat, Black, and Ugly is not an accurate representation of black folks. All of the great black artists you could have featured. All of them. All of the great black artists that could have been featured. All of the great black playwrights. I mean, August Wilson. You couldn't get an August Wilson statue if you want a black artist at the crossroads of the world. But sassy black woman standing on the corner, holding her hands on her hips with a bad attitude, you can't tell her shit, is not blackness. It's ignorance. And it's why the Democrat Party is in the situation it's in right now, between a rock and a hard place, because the representation is Jasmine Crockett and AOC. That's the new party lead. That's what you want to represent, y'all. We're bored. We're absolutely 1000% bored AF. Thomas J. Price, this sucks. You suck. And we couldn't get like an American sculptor. We like, even if we're gonna do some stupid stuff, we couldn't commission an American. We couldn't hire an American to do this, New York. I mean, yeah, be dumb, but at least be good and dumb. Be smart and dumb. Keep the money at home. Victim mentality is what's destroying the black community. Victim mentality is why you're stuck. Nobody said it's gonna be easy, but it's not impossible. And if you have people around you telling you all the ways it won't work, guess what? That's not your tribe. If you bring your idea to somebody and the first thing they tell you is all the ways it won't work, that's not the person you should be telling your ideas to. If that's their first thing, is to tell you how this is just gonna be a lot, it's gonna be challenging. Yeah, it's gonna be all those things. Who cares? I don't need you to tell me all that. Because people will discourage you. Why? Because they want to keep you in the barrel with them. They don't want you trying to get out the barrel. They want you to hang down here with the rest of the crabs. Don't you try to go be special and different. Don't you go out there. How dare you? Oh, he think he better than us. Oh, he think he the shit. Yeah, I do. I do. And as rough as this ride has been, I wouldn't change it for the world. Because the one thing I'll be able to say when I'm 80 years old is that I wasn't a punk, that I played it safe, that I just stayed at a corporate job that made me miserable because it had great benefits. I had a corporate job once where the senior executive assistant was an opera singer. And I remember talking to him one day and he said, I gave it all up for health insurance. and stability. So you gave up something because if you ever trained to be an opera singer, that's like training to be a ballet dancer. It's a hell of a lot of training, and preservation of your instrument. So you did all of that work, and I understand it gets challenging, and there aren't a lot of jobs and opportunities and things of that nature. You still got to play the game of politics even within these industries. I get it, but you gave it up to sit here as an executive assistant, and it doesn't fulfill you and it doesn't make you happy. And I remember one time because he was in the legal department, and he like his boss had closed like this big case, and everybody got like champagne and everyone got gifts. You think he got a gift? You think he got champagne? He was sitting right there too. He wasn't in the room with them, but he was sitting right outside that office for all those late meetings, getting anything they needed and they wanted. You think he got a gift and some champagne? Mm, no, I'm good. My leg will fall off before I settle for the stupidity of health insurance and stability. I did it my way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jay Lee, I think you late. We already found the name, Jay Lee. I think you're late. But yeah, that's my spiel on black fatigue. I'm bored. You're bored. We're all bored. And we all got to get something up, and we all got to get up and get something going on because what we doing now ain't working. But before we roll out, make sure you go to ajsrantroom.com. That's my merch store. Support a brother. ajsrantroom.com. We got political stuff. We got inspirational stuff. We got gym bags. We got duffel bags. We got a whole lot of variety over there. We got hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tank tops, muscle tanks. We got a whole summer collection. Yeah, and we got some new stuff coming next week. So hopefully, you'll go to the website and put in your email address so we could alert you when that stuff drops next week. And these are my socials. Oh, not the Rant experience. See, this is what happens when you don't have a producer. Here are my socials. Like, comment, subscribe to a brother. These are the 4 main socials that I'm on right now at the moment. I'm on other ones, but I don't participate as often. That's when you need a whole social media team to help you out with that. And when you start going beyond that, I'm also on what is it, Threads, and the only reason why Threads gets updated is because of Instagram. So go follow a brother, support a brother on those sites. But it's important to share. It's important to comment. It's important to like. It's important to support creators who actually create. I'm not going to get on my soapbox about it, but I'm going to just let y'all know it is important to support creators who actually create. My light died. Is that the Lord telling me to shut up? I don't know. Maybe it is. Let's plug this in. There we go. Woo! Hallelujah, praise God. Anyway, what was that comment I saw? Damn, I missed it. I missed the comment. But yeah, these are my socials. Follow a brother, support a brother, tell people about AJ, how amazing AJ is. What a great contributor he is to the social medias and all the platforms and things of that nature. And think that's it for now. I appreciate y'all for watching. And I think we have another video coming up today at 3:00. This time, my mic will be unmuted. So I can actually just pre-record the video and then just drop it because we're bored. Well, I'm bored. Your producer was ready, but you fired them. I didn't fire a producer. You know what? Every time I think, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. The light went out again. I guess it has to be off to charge. The ring light's behind it, but that will require me to get up. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, most importantly, share AJ's Rant Room. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.